Hello everyone, welcome to Red Dragon Model Works. I am Red Dragon. I'm starting to work on the wheels for this Merkava, this Tamiya Merkava that I'm doing. And most of the wheels have that ridge there, a little bit of seam there. So what I'm doing is I'm using an old trick. You take a drill. You take a shish kebab skewer, little tape here on one end, a little tape on the other end. Where did I do with it? I just set it down. Anyway, you take your the piece that you want to sand, fit it on there. In my case here, use some sandpaper, but in my case here, I'm using a sanding sponge. And with the end here, that's maybe about a 320. You just sand them down. I'll show you. As you can see, I've already been doing it. I got it all over my clothes here, but here we go. Let me move that down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Now you don't want to put any pressure on this, because if you put too much pressure on it, you'll dig too much, you'll take too much off. So just lay this on there and just lightly push down, very lightly, and it'll take it right off. Most of you guys know this already, but for those that don't, this how-to is all over the internet. I learned this when I was a kid. We used to do skateboards, and we sand them down just the way we did them. Now switch over to the final drill. And then final stroke. And there she is. Now I have about, I don't know, 12, 24 of these to go. You don't want to watch me do all these. Let me finish these up and I'll be right back. Alright. Excuse me. This is where I'm at now. I'm putting in these hooks up in the front here. But there's a really ugly seam line up inside there. So what I'm doing now is I'm just cleaning it out. Because, like many of you, man, I can't stand seam lines. I was going to go with an aftermarket kit. Cohen, gave me a few places to look. I don't know how I missed those, but man, anyway, a few other people did. And by the time I would have put a few things on this, I would have been, I don't know, about 4 times what I paid for the kit. No. So, it being my first attempt at making armor, I took just about everyone's advice, from Alex Modeling, Panzerman, to the Mad Modeler. I mean, just about everybody. Use this as a test bed and see how it works. So, here, let me lower this. Let me bring this up a little bit. Excuse my big hands there. Drop that down a little bit. What I'm doing is, got that one on. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a seam right inside there. See it? Well, can't get it to focus, but I'm trying to clean that seam out of there. I'll go in there with a needle file, or one of these little filing sticks I got, and try to clean it up even more. I tried to use my I tend to use 2 or 3 different modeling knives. It's just I don't know, out of habit. And I use my X-Acto knife with a sharp edge to get at the pieces I can't get to. So in here, this one wasn't as bad as the first one. So this one shouldn't be too bad. I'm just trying to knock that seam off of there. And then the little bit of where I took it off the sprue there. Alright, let me sand these. Alright guys, this is where I'm at on the barrel. And as you can see right here where my thumb is, you can still make out some of that seam line. Here on the other end of it, I've been able to smooth most of it down without losing any of that detail on the barrel. It's right here that I'm having a hard time with, and I don't want to get too far in there because I started losing some of this, and I had to rescore it right in here. You can see where I had to rescore it right here where my thumb is. So I got most of it, as you can see. I'll try a little bit more with a very fine X-Acto inside there, but I think I'm going to leave it alone. I think that's good for now. And then I worked on my friend Mosha here. There he is. Mosha. Well, this is going to be, I did a little work on the inside there. He had seam line inside his crotch there, up alongside underneath that right here on his ribs, and up on his shoulders. So I smoothed all that down, and he had some on his hands. He had some flash, so I had to go in there and clean that up. So we're there. Right now I'm mocking her up right now. So I got some of the springs down, or the pistons down, you know, hydraulics down there. So we're working on that. It's sitting there. I still have to get these guys done. There'll be some painting on that. So that's where we're at right now. Let me still work on this guy a little bit more, and I'll be right back. Alright, gentlemen. That's about the best I'm going to get it. I tried it with a sponge. Went in there and sanded. Here, I'll show you. Went in there and sanded it with a sponge in between these brackets, and a little bit here with an X-Acto knife, just very lightly. I'm hoping that with primer it'll hide that seam. I don't know. I mean, I can see it with my eye, but I don't know. Kind of makes me wonder. I should have bought a barrel for it, but we'll see. It is what it is. I'm able to knock some of that down. I'll show you guys in a second. Just let me smooth that down a little bit more on both sides. Here, let me try something here. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, that's where we're at right now. I think that's the best I'm going to be able to get it without messing up this right in here. So hopefully the primer, when I hit it with that Tamiya Fine, or lay some surfacer in there. I don't know, we'll see. But that's it for now. So I'm going to sit her down. Mosha! I'll be right back. Oh, so much for that. I guess I'll going over it a little bit, trying to smooth that out. The more I do it, you know, it gets better. So I'll go at it for a little bit more. Just lightly sanding at it. I mean, it looks real good right now. You can barely see that seam line. So I think I'll hit it a little bit more and then call it a night. We'll see what happens. That's about it. Alright, brothers. You guys have a good night. It's Red Dragon saying ciao. Oh, also, Mosha wants to say bye too. Mosha! Ciao, bros.